Hey guys, this is AJ. Jesus Christ. Wow.
I'm Jurn. I'm Jurn Simmons.
I was wondering if you were gonna do something like that, and I was like, we've been just chatting before going live for like a couple of minutes now, and he probably doesn't have anything queued up, and I was wrong.
To be fair, I queued that up when we started talking about Rocky.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
so he inspired it just through bullshit conversation.
Yes.
Well, look at us
Exactly.
go. All right, man. So,
Okay.
how's your week been, Dutch Stallion?
It's been all right, man. It hasn't been too bad. As I mentioned, I think last week, my gym is now a 24-hour gym.
Oh yeah.
So I've been working out at like 1 and 2 a.m., which is
What?
really nice. Yeah, it's sweet. Like I'll go to work, I'll come home, I'll stream, and then I'll go to the gym afterwards. I'll work out, and I'll go to sleep at like 3, wake up at like 10, and go back to work. Yeah. So yeah, that's been really nice because there's nobody at the gym during those times. Big surprise there, but
Yeah.
but yeah, that's been really nice. Besides that, I don't think I've really done anything special. I just kind of hung out on Saturday. I've been like, I think it was last week that I ordered a laptop and I got it.
Yeah, the dirtiest of the dragons was telling me that your chat was trying to get you to buy a $3,000 MacBook.
No, not my chat, but
Losers.
just like other people I was talking to.
Losers. Every single one of them.
Yeah, yeah. Like all of them told me to buy a MacBook. It's like, well, if you want it, because I wanted it to do like video editing, so I could make more stuff for YouTube and all of that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because like I actually really like video editing, but I don't really have the time to do it nowadays. So I was just like, yeah, I just need a laptop to do some video editing. It's like, well, if you want to do video editing, you should get a MacBook. I was like, all right, I'm not trying to
Who
create fucking
says that?
movies over here.
Who says that though?
Like a lot of people apparently.
But like everyone I've ever known who's like, oh, you're doing like editing and streaming and stuff like that, like get a PC.
See, I don't know. Like everybody told me get a MacBook.
Like when it's like Photoshop, or I mistook. When it comes to like artistic stuff, like photo editing and stuff, and maybe I guess some video editing. Like I've heard people say MacBook, but for streaming and different stuff and more intensive things, like I've always heard, like you have to get a PC.
Well, the thing is, like I remember, like I did the study communication and multimedia design for like a year, and then I flunked out because I'm a bad boy, baby. But I did that for a year, so obviously part of that is multimedia design. So part of that is also just like graphic design and that sort of thing, and video editing was a part of it as well. And the computers they had there at the school, they were all like Apple computers. And like we all had to use like Apple like stuff basically.
Those
Like
bastards.
yeah, which for me was really bad because at the time I was just like really used to Sony Vegas, which is like a video editing software, right? And and they all like they use the Apple product Final Cut. And I was just like, I don't know my way around this. It sucks. So, but yeah, like I got a laptop like last week because I was just like at work, and then like at work I was talking to Amir over Discord, and then like because Amir knows more about computers than I do,
Yeah. That's
and
why
he was just like, well, if you get a laptop with like this and this, like you should be good for what you need, And then I found one right away, which was like $700, so it's not that bad for a laptop, right?
That's good.
Yeah, and then I found it right away. I sent him the link. He's like, "Yeah, that's fucking perfect." So I just like bought it like while I was at work.
Hell yeah.
And so I've been like editing videos at work and stuff now, and been uploading more again like on YouTube. And then yeah, this past Sunday, like I visited my dad because I visit my dad once a week, and
Oh.
we finished watching Peaky Blinders because we were on like episode 5 of season 5,
Uh-huh.
and we were like, oh man, we're almost done with season 5. Then we only got season 6 left to go. Then we finished season or episode 6 of season 5, and then there was nothing left, and we were like, wait, what?
What have we
Like
done?
we were both like, I thought season 6 was the final one, but like apparently it was season 5. So then afterwards we watch A Star Is Born, and then like so for the past couple of days I've been listening to the soundtrack of that movie.
Wow.
That's my story for the week.
That's something else.
Yeah, dude. What have you been doing this week, AJ? Huh?
Um,
Have you seen A Star Is Born?
yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
for the most
good.
part.
For the most part?
I haven't sat down and watched it all the way through, but I've seen pretty much every bit of the movie piece by piece.
What?
Yeah, like it will be on the plane, and someone next to me will be watching it. So then I just lean over and just read their subtitles. But I can't because I can't be bothered to turn off like Jumanji or whatever the fuck I'm watching.
God damn, dude.
You can't sit here and tell me that Jumanji isn't better than A Star Is Born.
I can definitely sit here and tell you that because that is the goddamn truth.
Well, if we've learned anything from
Hello?
playing Among Us, you're a bold-faced fucking liar, and that's what you're doing right now.
I am not lying. Even in Among Us, I never lie, okay? I always speak the truth.
You just
I
avoid saying the
I
truth.
No, I speak the truth. I just distort it in a way that works out in my favor.
Ah, so a lie.
No. Lying is like... Did you not listen to like what I just said?
Yep, sounds like the description of a lie to me.
No.
Oh, no?
Lying is not speaking the truth. It's the exact opposite, actually. I still speak the truth. I just leave out the details that would incriminate me.
Ah.
That's not lying. You know.
Okay, it's just like a half-truth.
It's yeah, I guess you could call it that. Yeah.
No, I'm going to call it that. I don't need you to tell me.
It is
I'm going to
completely
call it that.
truthful, but it is not the entire story.
When are we going to play that again, by the way?
Oh, we should soon.
I kind of missed
Taylor
that.
made Aiden Taylor texted me about it as well.
Who?
Taylor made Aiden Taylor. He's a guy I met through streaming Among Us with Kurt.
Oh, okay.
He's like a British wrestler. But yeah, he and I are basically best friends now. So
Oh, well, so I'll sign off. You go ahead and get him in Discord, and you guys have yourself a good old fucking time. Why don't you?
yeah, dude, no problem.
But,
Everybody loves Taylor made Aiden Taylor, AJ. I don't see why you're salty right away. Okay, he's just a nice guy.
I hate him. Don't know who he is, but
You
I hate
would.
him.
He's just a nice guy.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's suspicious. That's sus.
Anyway, how's your week been, AJ?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll get over my bitterness real quick and put down the Dokkan. Uh, it's been very busy. Figuring out the ins and outs of marrying someone who lives or is from another country is a fucking pain.
That's weird.
I've had a lot of shit to do, and running training, and I reviewed a couple people's. Well, I reviewed a person's match using my like Streamlabs equipment and recorded it and sent it to him. So if there's any aspiring wrestlers or current wrestlers who listen to this, what the fuck are you doing wasting your time with us?
Yeah.
You can feel free to message me, and I'll do the same for you. I'm starting to offer that, especially for like WXW and students I don't see anymore and all that kind of stuff. I've been training really hard. Because I got like 3 more weeks of cutting before I'm back on the lean gain train. I've put my calories down to 1,000 calorie deficit a day, and it's fucking hurting.
Fair enough.
I'm not,
I can understand that. Yeah.
I'm not necessarily even hungry. It's not that. Like, my appetite suppression stuff is fine. I have no problems with that. I've gotten a lot more self-control over the past, like, couple weeks. It's just I have no energy. So I might bump it up a little bit today, and then so I can get my leg day in and then go about it as I will the rest of the week. And then next week goes to, like, 750, and then the last week before Thanksgiving goes to, like, 500. So I'm, like, just kind of easing into eating back at maintenance, so I don't all of a sudden do it, and my body's like, oh man, look at all this. So
That's what my body thinks all the time.
when you look in the mirror?
Oh wait, no, that's my mind when I look into the mirror.
Ah, nice.
Thank you.
You're,
My mind's eye.
my
It's like,
mind's
oh
eye.
my god.
I know I've told the story before, but it still reminds me when we were first teaming before you broke your ankle and you just came out of the bathroom of a Ibis budget. So it's like a porta
Yeah.
potty installed into the room.
Yeah.
And you're just like glistening, soaking wet with a towel. I swear to God, this isn't going into erotic fan fiction. But you look up at
But
me.
it could be if
Yeah,
you
it could
guys
be.
would write it.
Yeah, we'll read it on air.
Yeah, we're not opposed to it.
I'm not shaming anybody. But I look down from my top bunk and I'm just like, I hate you.
Yeah.
But so getting close to that, or close to being lifting to be a big strong boy again. So I'm like also because of that, my workouts haven't been the best lately. But at the same time, I'm kind of like I know I'm not really building anything right now. I'm just trying to maintain and really just get good exercise in. So I don't need to worry about it too much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing for me as well. Like it's I don't know, like I'm a big time ego lifter, right? So
Shocked.
yeah, right? I like just going to the gym and lifting heavy stuff. Who would have figured?
Yeah.
But
Not I.
I know, dude. But the thing is then with that, like right now, because the way like my workout schedule is, it's just that I do like a lot of reps and not a lot of rest, right?
Yeah.
So like for example, like yesterday I did chest, and then like my last exercise is like barbell bench,
Yeah.
which is
Last?
normally the exercise. Yeah, which is normally what I do first.
Yeah.
You know, when I train chest. So then like nowadays it is like one of those things where like I'm not like lifting up like a lot of weight. You know what I mean? But I do my 12 reps and like 30 seconds of rest. But I'm not getting up a lot of weight. It's just like, man, fuck me.
What weight are you doing for those high reps? Just out of curiosity.
I think like 90, 100 kilos. You know what I mean?
So what's that? That comes to like what, like 225?
Let me, fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Like the 200 to do 225.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at right now with just like repping out because I haven't done like I would usually like the way when I'm like eating at maintenance and trying to build, I always my first lift is usually always like kind of an ego lift thing. It's something to build some strength and some power, and the rest of it will all be for the size and to time under tension and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
now recently like for like the 10 to 12, I'm doing like 225 to 235 on like bench to like really, get the blood in there, get that sweet pump, brother.
Yeah. Do you still do bench as first exercise though, or what? Yeah.
I've switched it up lately because for some reason, like maybe it's just because like the fat burner I'm on kind of takes the wind out of you a bit, but I've gotten away from barbell bench the past like 2 weeks while I'm really fatigued and switched to dumbbell bench to switch it up a little bit, concentrate a little bit more of the squeeze and stuff like that on the way up. But also I just find if I do barbell bench for higher reps, I just get so gassed and so like out of it. Like and it just makes me
I feel that.
achy. And like I think part of it is still trying to do substantial weight, but also but also I don't know.
You're
like,
excused, dude.
oh,
Don't
thank
worry
you.
about it.
Also, just really because I'm doing higher reps, really concentrating on time under tension, and really concentrating on that when it's still a pretty substantial amount of weight. It like kind of hurts as well.
Yeah.
Like it's
I mean, you kind of lose sight of that, right?
Yeah.
When you start like lifting like way heavier and stuff, you kind of lose sight of like, oh yeah, like what you're lifting is like a good amount of weight. Like I remember like this is years ago, like at the gym where I was benching at one point, I think like 140 kilos, which is that's like 300 pounds, something like that, maybe more. I don't know. But I would do that like for a couple of reps, right?
Yeah.
Like I remember like I would be sitting there at one point, like this like older gentleman came up to me. He's like, "Hey, do you want me like to spy you? Because that's a lot of weight." And I was just like, I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And then like I just benched it.
You're just like, do I look like a bitch, sir?
No, but like But then I was just like, I'll be fine, don't worry about that. And I just benched it. But then like later I saw like this video of somebody benching like 160 kilos,
Yeah.
which is like 10 kilos more. So it's like 25 pounds more. And then but like he couldn't hold it and like it collapsed like on his chest. And then like the guy died, because
Died? Wait,
it's a
what?
lot
I just fucking
yeah.
giggled at that.
Yeah, but like the guy died because the weight fucking crushed him. Yeah, I mean, like because it's a lot of fucking weight
Yeah,
still.
Jesus.
And so then I was like, maybe I just gotta, maybe not get carried away as much.
Yeah, there's. I'm trying to think. There was only one time I can think of that I was doing bench and I didn't have a spotter and it didn't go great. And I think it was only like, I don't know, 220, 225. Like what I rep out now, right? But for me, back then,
Yeah.
at like 18, 19, was this big weight, especially since I was all skinny fat. These long ass limbs without that pump and that fluff. But and also like I was probably a $170, so I didn't even have any weight behind me. But I remember I had it, but then when I went to put it on the bar, and I was at this shitty little like 24/7 active fitness place where it's literally like a storefront that's real small, and you swipe your card to get in. It never has an attendant. They don't really have enough equipment for what I needed, but it worked.
Okay.
And I like hit it and thought I had it, and the one side went in, the other side didn't. So then the other side hit the ground, and so it wasn't crushing me, but it was uncomfortable. But I was also trapped. And no one was looking at me at the time. So I just let out this pitiful little, excuse me. And the personal trainer who was there at the time, her name's Danny. She was really sweet. She was just like, oh, fuck. And like ran over and lifted the side for me. She's like, if you need like a spotter, please just let me know. I was like, thank you.
I remember one time like at the previous gym I worked out at where like it was kind of the same thing as like what I'm doing now. With like doing like pretty high reps, and I did with like 100 kilos, right? But then like I just like got way too overzealous, and I couldn't hold it anymore. So then like I let it down gently, but then like it was the thing like I got it up like halfway,
Yeah.
and then like I couldn't get it any further, so like I just like gently put it down on my chest,
Oh.
and I was just kind of stuck there, I was like noon, like middle of the day, so there's barely anybody working out. And then I was just like looking around, like as this thing was like crushing me. I was like looking around. I was like, yeah, there's nobody I really trust here to lift this off of me.
None of them are at my level.
So what I did there is like I just like rolled it off of me.
Yeah, that's the way you're supposed to go, isn't it?
I guess like it was the only way I could go.
That's a thing. It's like that's what you're supposed to do.
I guess naturally, as usual, I naturally did it right.
Yeah. No, you're kind of a natural at just about everything you do, which is another reason why our friendship has a lot of tension.
That's why I have a lot of tension with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what me and Dragon bonded over, is you just walking away and us being like, this fucking guy.
Yeah, like I remember me and Ahmed have actually talked about this, where like I trained in California for like 2 weeks with Kendrick, right?
Yep.
And then like I remember doing that. Like he would have this opening drill. Well, you've seen like the opening drill where you roll around, you hop over the corner, all that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember where it was just like, for me, like that kind of stuff's easy, but like all these other guys would be struggling, and I would just be like, what the fuck are these guys doing? Just do the drill. Because I would be in the corner and then like hop on the apron, hop back in, hop on the apron, like hop back in, like just as like one motion, basically. And and then like I remember me, and then like Saxon Huxley was there as well.
He's a good boy.
Yeah, he's a great guy. And then like he would be able to do it too, and And then like I remember telling this to Ahmed, and just being like, yeah, and I was just like, why isn't just like everybody like that? You know what I mean? Like, why can't everybody just fucking do it? And Ahmed was just like, well, you have to realize not everybody are fucking freaks like you and Ross. I was like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, dude. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but most people don't pick this shit up that fast. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I was teaching a student the other day who like was having trouble running the ropes, and like a lot of at the place I train at here, there's a lot of times where someone's taught something and then I have to like reteach it a little bit. Like, okay, this is how some people teach it that don't know what they're doing. Here's how you do it. But his whole thing was running the ropes, and I told him the story that like, oh yeah, like I was taught to run the ropes by this many different people or whatever, but like it never clicked. Like the first 2 weeks, for some reason, I really struggled running the ropes because they're always instilling in me like 3 steps. It has to be 3 steps. You have to turn foot up like this, which like I'm not going to go into why that's necessarily right or wrong right here because that's not the point of this podcast. And, you know, come pay me to train you and I'll tell you. But, but I explained to him, I was like, yeah, man, like, honestly, when people try to teach me something, it just screwed me up. But then one day, Rich Swan came in, started working with me, throwing hands, and then was like, called a spot to me and whipped me off the ropes. And all of a sudden, I knew how to run the ropes because I wasn't having anybody tell me how to do it.
Yeah, I I understand that though. Like, I feel that. Or just, yeah, you just do it. Like, I remember it was a thing for me where like I would run the ropes, and then they're like, I remember Tang would say it, and like a couple of the other Dutch wrestlers as well. And they're because I was doing the 3-step stuff, like that wasn't really an issue. But they were just like, yeah, it's weird. Like you're not doing it wrong, but every time you come out of the ropes, like the first step, you do like this hop.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think I still do it, you know, and I was just like, yeah, what's the problem with that? And they
I
were
like
just
to
like,
hop.
yeah, no, but they were just like, well, I mean, there's not really a problem with it. It's just like you never really see it, you know. I was just like, oh well, then I don't really give a fuck. Yeah, I just gotta keep doing it. So yeah.
That sounds like a you issue.
Yeah. Doesn't sound like that's my fucking problem. But you know, maybe that's like what they saw at the WWE tryouts as well, and that's why I'm not signed, you know.
The hop?
They're like, man, this guy has got that weird hop when he runs the ropes. To be fair, none of the WWE coaches have ever spoken to me about it, so I guess it must be fine.
No, it's because they saw it and they're like, he's obviously beyond repair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just no hope.
They're like, oh shit, we got a hopper.
We got a hopper. Like it's a common occurrence.
Yeah. Brookside's just at the side of the ring just yelling, we got a hopper, boys. And they're all just scratch you off their notepad.
No, I know that's not true. All right.
Yeah, Brookside.
I have it on good authority that coaches at the WWE think I'm a pretty cool guy. Because they said I looked better bald than with long hair. And I was like, you know what? You're right.
You know what? You're right. I am fucking awesome.
You know what? You're right. I am a stud, dude.
Yeah.
I'm sexy as fuck. Okay? And then they were like, whoa, like we didn't say that. I was like, well, that's how I took it.
I read
All
between
right?
those lines. Picking up what you're putting down, coach.
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to go with you afterwards to get a beer. That's not what I said, son. Get in the car. You're driving.
Shotgun. That's what I would call after every tryout day.
Shotgun.
We'd finish up the days and they were like, all right, everybody, like, good day, blah, blah, blah. I'd go, shotgun.
Ironically, you're the only one that walked.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, like, Matt Bloom would take me aside. He was like, please stop doing that. I was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Listen, if we ever bring you to NXT America, you can't just walk into a room and say that, okay? That's just not okay.
Yeah. But I was just like, yeah, but everybody knows what it means. I get front seat.
Yeah.
Like,
everybody just gets the fuck out of my way.
Yeah. Come on, dude. Don't be a stick in the mud, bro.
Yeah,
All right.
what are you doing, A-Train? Why are you being like this?
Why you gotta be like this? It's just a game.
Why you gotta be so cold?
Is that the? Isn't it why you gotta be so rude?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
I
definitely,
think that's the
actually.
song.
Yeah, no, I get it. You're smart. Whatever.
That has nothing to do with being smart. That's just knowing the lyrics to a really shitty song.
That's true. I don't know any lyrics to any song unless it's The Undertaker's "You're Gonna Pay" song.
Yeah, I respect that. To be fair.
Actually,
Oh, Kim heard rumors that I've signed with NXT UK for the 5th time now.
dude,
Oh, have you heard new ones now?
how many times are you gonna sign that contract before it sticks?
Dude, I keep signing it, but they keep like losing it in the mail.
It's
It's
fucking
horrific.
It's a joke on them. I keep signing with invisible ink.
I keep signing with a different signature, and it never matches with my actual signature.
Hope you guys don't mind if I sign in this lemon juice. Go ahead, put that under a black light. See if that holds up in court, boys.
Suckers.
You're gonna pay me, and I'm just gonna leave.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like those. To be fair, like that's been such a weird thing, and honestly, like it's gotten me really down at some points because I was basically the first Dutch guy after a meal to get like WWE tryouts, right? And I remember like with my first tryout, like all the Dutch boys were like, "Well, if a Dutch guy's gonna get signed, it's gonna be Jurn." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I didn't get signed, and then I had a tryout when I was like WXW champion, like the whole König the Catcher shtick, and then like they put me like front and center for their WWE.com article, you know, and then people were like, "Oh man, yeah, like he's definitely getting signed, this and that." And then I didn't get signed. Like there's like, so I also got like my first tryout was like when I was like 2.5 or 3 years in to wrestling, which is pretty fucking quick, you know. So since then, there's always been like this expectation from other people that I would get signed to WWE, and it still hasn't come to fruition. But like a lot of it is also like it's put me down a lot because it's put a lot of extra pressure on me, which I don't like, you know, which is just me mentally being a dipshit. But
No, like I think that's natural for anybody, right? Like there's these expectations of you, and you either hope to match them or expect to live up to them in a sense. And
Yeah.
then, like, I mean, for you, it's just a matter of if you, like, you know, keep your mouth shut a little bit more. It's just a matter of sooner rather than, or eventually.
What?
It's a matter if you take one day to not be a goofball. It's obviously going to happen.
Look, bro. I'm just a modern day Eddie Kingston, all right?
Eddie Kingston's still
never
around. You can't say I'm a modern day Eddie Kingston.
Yes,
He's
but
still alive.
But he's a lot older than me.
That's true. He's.
I'm like a cross between Eddie Kingston and Timothy Thatcher.
No.
where I've got the body of Tim.
No. You're
And
way more
I've
jacked than
got
Tim.
the mouth of Eddie.
No. No. There's so much wrong with this.
But I also think I'm a little Michael PSAs
I can get behind that.
because I got that swagger.
I can get behind that. Man, I don't want to break.
Basically, what I'm saying is like, I don't know what the fuck I am, bro. Like, I don't know who I am anymore, man.
Oh man, we should do an entire episode about Michael PSAs.
I disagree with that.
No, you're wrong. I was in catering once, and I think it was right after the Umaga John Cena match, and it was the Raw after. So I was sitting there,
Which one?
the one where John Cena takes off the turnbuckle and the ropes.
Oh, okay. Isn't it like the last man standing one at the Royal Rumble?
Yeah. I don't think it was the Rumble, but so I was there the next day, and I was sitting next to Michael Hayes, and I think he got irritated with me because I was like, "Hello, sir. My name's AJ. Nice to meet you," and I didn't say like, "Hello, Mr. Hayes" or whatever. So he's just kind of like, "My name's Michael,"
Yeah.
and gave me a handshake, Mr. Hayes or whatever. My name's
Michael.
My name's Michael, and I was just like, sit down. I was like, okay, cool. And then like someone else came up. He's like, "Oh, Mr. Hayes, pleasure to meet you, sir." He's like, "Oh, nice to meet you too, young man." I was like, "Oh, so I just have to acknowledge that I know you. You're kind of a dick." But it was whatever. Like I didn't take it personally. He was cool the rest of the time. But he was sitting there in catering, rewatching the matches from last night because I'm sure he was the agent for some of them or whatever. And this like stagehand comes up and is like, "Oh, sorry, Mr. Hayes, I got to take the TV. We need it in another spot, and I'll get another one here in a bit." And like he just kind of unplugs it and turns it off. He's like, "Oh, like well, I can go ahead and like get you another one." He's like, "Nah, no point, son. I gone lost that fuzzy feeling now." And like I was like, okay, and he was just ribbing on him. And then I was like, sir, if you want, you can watch it on my phone. He's like, "No, I'm fine." I was like, okay, all right.
I imagine getting a fuzzy feeling from wrestling.
It's been a while.
Couldn't be me, dude. Couldn't be me. Maybe back in the day, you know.
I'm sure I will when I watch Ilya versus Walter, but that's not going to be a positive fuzzy feeling. It's going to be PTSD.
I don't know. I don't feel like watching that match at all.
I do.
Doesn't matter how much people put it over. It's like because I saw that match like 50 times. 3
Yeah,
years ago.
Matthew put up Matthew put up a good point. He's like, it's kind of like when you tell somebody to watch a movie for like years because it's really good, and then 3 years later they tell you that they've watched it and they suggest for you to watch it, and it's like, bruh.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we like I was
like it's the thing of like they did that match so many times in WXW.
yeah.
Yeah, to the point where I was just like, okay, like I get it now. Like they're changing stuff up, but like slightly. Like it's not
Yeah, I
that
was
different every time. You know what I mean?
My buddy Logan texted me. He's like, "Yo, did you watch this? It was pretty much Assault." And I was like, I've seen the match a couple times live in person by now." But then I saw like a little compilation online that WWE put out, and I was like, like, and it made me giggle a couple times. So I was just like, okay, I know that sucked. I'm gonna watch it now. And apparently, like Jim Cornette loves it. Jim Cornette said it was the best modern day wrestling match he has ever seen. And he was like, and something that really popped me. I even texted Walter. I was like, "Hey, Jim Cornette loves you. Congratulations." And he was like,
What did Walter say?
He just laughed and gave me a thumbs up.
Oh, okay.
But what Cornette said, he's like, everybody says like the business needs to evolve, and I'm too old. And he's like, yes, I agree. The business needs to evolve. But this is what it should have evolved into, not people doing dumb risks and dumb maneuvers that put him out for like months at a time.
I mean, to be fair, Ilya still takes a lot of dumb risks.
Yeah, but he didn't in that match.
He didn't in that match.
Remember when he
still does a lot of time.
Remember when he came around the locker room after he just done that one East German show, and he's like, "Oh, look at this spot. It was the cutoff." And he just did a suicide dive, and the guy moved, and he just ate the guardrail.
Yeah. And like literally everybody told him like, "Ilya, that's fucking dumb," and then he just went. I remember also like for 19th anniversary, I think, like last year, right? The December show for WXW. I think that was that. Was he like in some 4-way match or something? I think so.
Which show was it?
But like 19th anniversary last year.
Ilya?
Yeah, wasn't it like Tim versus Bobby versus Name Redacted versus Ilya?
Yes, it was,
Yeah. So it was like a fatal 4-way with a bunch of like goofy, dumb moves. And like I remember like Brookside was there as well because he was getting inducted into the WXW Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it was cool to have him there.
Yeah, and I remember like being backstage at one point, and Brookside was talking to Ilya. He was like, "Yeah, like the match was pretty cool, but I really would like for you to take less bumps on your head." And Ilya was just like, "Oh no, but I feel fine. This is that." So like, and Brooks was just like, "I know you feel fine right now." You know, like but it's gonna catch up with you. So
I love that.
Yeah, I mean, I love it too. Like Ilya's just like very pure-hearted and sweet. So like he doesn't like. I don't think he like stops to think about like longevity stuff.
No, definitely doesn't. Definitely doesn't.
But yeah, it's I don't know. It's one of those things that like the thing for me like with Cornette is right. Like, I honestly like a lot of his stuff that he says about like wrestling and how he views wrestling and stuff. Like, I don't necessarily disagree with like the way he puts it, like the way he says it. I disagree with most of the time. Okay, Kim, if he wasn't, then just say what show it was.
It was 19th Annie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, but
It was like a surprise. He wasn't supposed to be there or whatever.
yeah, yeah. Then he showed up at the end, like they did like a promo with Karsten beforehand.
Just because you can't remember him being there doesn't mean he wasn't there.
Okay,
I'm looking it up now.
I'm looking it up as well because this pisses me off.
Bobby Guns defeats name
Yeah,
redacted Ilya and
he
Tim
was there.
Thatcher. I'm
Main
reading it right
event.
now.
Main event, Kim. So I don't know what you're smoking right now,
Yeah.
but he was there.
Also, same night, Singapore Cane match. Alexander James defeats Jurn Simmons. That's an important one.
Yeah, and then I took 10 cane shots like a man to the back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
You
then
are
when I had to give you your receipt in the cage match, you pussied out.
Oh, dude, the first one just dropped me, and I was like, I'm so sorry, but no. And it was my idea too. And immediately I was like,
You should have you should have sucked it up.
oh, I
and
tried.
just taken it, AJ.
For a split second, I tried, and then I was like, oh, I just felt my legs give out, and then one hit me in the ear, and I was like, this is my hell.
But yeah, like, fuck, what were we talking about before I got all derailed? Oh yeah, Cornette. Like, I don't disagree with like a lot of points he makes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, but then I disagree with kind of like how he presents his points.
Oh yeah,
Because he's super like extremist in his beliefs. Yeah, I mean, where it is the thing of like it is the whole thing. Like he always goes off about like a bunch of comedy acts and all that kind of stuff, But I personally think like obviously I love comedy. The thing that offends me about like a lot of comedy and wrestling is that it's very bad comedy. You know what I mean? If it's actually funny comedy, like for example, like Santino Marella was really good because he was actually funny. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So then it works. Like there's no problem with that, But then there's a bunch of other shit, and because I love DDT as well, But like DDT, that stuff works in its own universe. You know what I mean? Like it's like just completely built like that, like kind of in the same way as Chikara was just like, okay, like we don't really take anything like from other promotions. Like we have our own thing here.
yeah.
And we have a certain set of rules that works in our own thing, So like I think it's fine, like in that regard. It's just like Cornette, like always like loses it because that's also his shtick. Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
it's also a
his
way
gimmick,
to drive attention towards him at this later
Yeah.
stage of his career. But like anyone who's coming up in wrestling, granted some of the points he makes like I was listening the other day and I was like, I can't defend what he's saying right here because he's bringing up something just to take a dig at someone that doesn't necessarily need to be brought up. It's not an appropriate way to dig at somebody. But like when it comes
Yeah.
to wrestling, like his points are super valid and they're very smart. If more people listen to him, they'd probably be
A
safer.
lot of them, yeah. I
Maybe-
wouldn't say all of them,
Yeah.
but
Like I think if you want to understand the history of wrestling and learn, like he is definitely someone to listen to with context, like certain context. There's some things.
That's like you have to read between the lines.
Yeah.
Like that's also the thing with Cornette. Like I've talked to like other wrestlers like about this as well. Like as we're pointing out here, a lot of him flipping his shit is his shtick. Like it's his gimmick.
Yeah.
It's to bring attention to him so he can make money off of it.
Mhm.
So he can make money off of his podcast. And before his podcast, there was the shoot interviews, and before that, like all that kind of stuff. Like you have to realize, like he obviously is smart. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been so well off for so long.
And he still is.
And in a fucking that's why I said he's so well off.
Oh, I thought you said he was so well off.
No, I said he is. Like that's why, but for so long, especially in something as scummy as wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
True
So,
that.
because I think I'm a pretty smart guy. I like to think so. I'm not well off due to wrestling. So
True that.
It's maybe I'm not as smart as I think I am.
I think you're pretty
You know.
smart. You're a big old jerk, but you're pretty smart.
Yeah,
But
I think I honestly like sometimes I do think about it. I do sometimes think where I'm just like I think part of me is like too smart for wrestling. Like that sounds like super.
no, I it
It sounds like incredibly vain, but it is a thing of like where you see like a lot of successful wrestlers. This might surprise some of y'all listening. A lot of successful wrestlers are fucking dumb,
yeah.
you know. But it's because they don't overcomplicate it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like they don't overcomplicate the wrestling, which I'm fairly sure I do a lot of times. Like I
No,
overthink it a lot.
but in the right ways, the part that makes it like cuz you're not one of those people that overthinks it to a detriment. You overthink it to a point where it makes sense and everything lines up properly and everything goes well.
I don't know about that. I think
Well, that's why I'm
I do
telling you.
overthink it to a detriment. I do. I think I do overthink it to a detriment because otherwise I'd be fucking making so much cash money right now from wrestling,
No,
dog.
that's not how that
That's how
works.
it works,
No,
right?
no, no.
Oh,
But
well, okay. I guess I'll take your word for
yeah,
it.
just trust me on this one, big dog. But yeah, so that, I don't know how that tangent got started from my week, but to sum that up, you know, a lot of wrestlers are dumb. You're smart, and Jim Cornette's a very good source of information to learn the history and what could be done better, and so on and so forth. But also, he does say some very horrible things sometimes, so you have to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. Nobody's perfect. Yeah,
Nobody
I mean,
except the two
Jim
of
Cornette
us.
is far from it,
Very far.
you know. But throughout all of his flaws, there is some like good stuff in there.
There's things to learn
Yeah,
from.
I guess. Yeah.
And then also I guess the last thing about how my week is going is Dragon is helping me get the proper GPU so that my streams will be better. I can run some more stuff on it, and I'll just because I sent him my schematics, and he's just like, oh yeah, you don't have like a dedicated GPU, you have like a 2-in-1, and that's probably really fucking you up. And I was like, ooh. I was like, all right, teach me, old wise one. And I sent him one that I found, and he's like, oh, this one will work better.
Yeah.
So kind of look for this type of model, and I did. And so now I'm in the processes, and I'm excited. I'm excited to
God
bring
bless
you.
Ahmed, dude.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Helping both of us out with computer stuff.
He's doing the Lord's work.
He is.
I'm really looking forward to bringing you Doki Doki Literature Club in just the highest quality possible next week.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I still gotta make that like emergency censorship button so that just in case anything goes awry.
Fair enough.
I'm very excited. It's gonna be just an atrociously fun time, and I'm gonna try to stream the entire game in its entirety, the first playthrough.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. I bet it's not that long of a
I
game,
think it's like a
honestly.
6-hour game,
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough then.
so that's not too bad. I mean, it'll probably end up being longer, but we'll have fun with it.
Remember when we finished Portal 2 in like 2 sessions, like one
Yeah,
weekend?
yeah, big brain shit.
That was cool, dude.
Get on our
Portal
level.
2 was super fun.
Also, guys, those replays are available up on the boob tube. So,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead and
Also, an edited down version is available on my YouTube.
if you want to see some clips, head over to Jurn's. If you'd like to see it in its entirety and all the frustrating antics, go ahead and watch Jurn's day and my day over on my YouTube. And man,
Yeah.
it's a hell of a good time. It's actually really fun to
Dude,
play. We should even play it again when I got a new GPU. That way I can be like, oh, it was just because of my system, brother. I was
Sure, bro.
I'm about to time out Kim real quick.
No, she's like our only viewer right
Yeah.
now.
Actually, no, we got more. It's just they're the lurkers, and that's okay. They can sit there and
Yeah,
lurk,
yeah.
have themselves a good time.
I have a lurk command, which like on my channel, which I made like forever ago, right? But I never told anybody about. And then like somebody just randomly used it like yesterday. I was like, oh shit.
What's it
dude.
do?
It just like you just type in like exclamation mark lurk, and it just lets everybody know like yeah, like they're here, but they're not active in chat. You know, like they're just lurking. So
Oh, that's pretty cool. I
Yeah.
haven't done any commands for mine. I have not
bro,
one.
how many stones you got? on Dokkan right now.
How many stones I got? I think I like 155 or something.
Oh, that's not bad.
162. I'm still waiting
Okay.
for a next good summon event, which he said would be this month, but it hasn't come.
Yeah, it's either like tomorrow or Friday.
Oh,
But
really?
like, yeah,
Oh, cool.
like from what I can tell, it's gonna be tomorrow because it seems like the Boo and Gotenks events, like they're gonna have new events because they're gonna be new units doing new Dokkan events for Awakening Medals.
Oh man.
But that seems to go up like tomorrow. So from
Okay.
what I can tell,
I
I have
is excited.
434 stones right now.
How many of them did you buy?
I don't think any of them.
Really? Look at you go,
Yeah,
boy. Spending that money on
like
laptops and not dragon stones.
yeah.
Or dragon balls. No, those are stones. What am I doing?
I mean, I think I got a bunch from World Tournament, right? Like I grinded that a lot because I wanted the LR Demon King Piccolo, which I have.
I got them, but
So
I didn't get the trunks, which I wanted.
yeah. See, like that's what I do. Like I'll usually just grind until I complete like the missions to the point where you get the new World Tournament unit. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, which in this case was the trunks.
I didn't grind enough. Although this is the most
Fair
I've ever
enough.
grinded on a world tournament weekend.
Yeah, fair enough. It's rough. World Tournament sucks.
Yeah. I do really appreciate though your suggestion of getting a team that works well together that's all like super attacks that attacks everybody.
Yeah,
That's been
yeah,
super
yeah,
helpful, but I finally was able like had a good enough set of units with that feature to go into to like clear the very last stage of the tournament and like grind that out
yeah.
a bit. But what fucked me was I would be half paying attention and just trying to grind out world tournament, and then I'd be on that one, which is real hard difficulty, and I have to really use items. So then I just keep losing and screwing myself over by not getting the constant win multiplier. So
Oh yeah,
so I
yeah,
should have
yeah.
just played it safe and
Yeah,
gone down a level or two and just kept grinding those.
yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Like an important item for World Tournament is the Ghost Usher because it makes the other team skip a turn, basically.
Oh, I don't have that item.
And then you have Jocko and Chaozu, which are just SR units, but they stun for one turn. So if you get them like on rotation, they stun like the entire enemy team. But it's just like once, right? So like you could bring them, for example, like on Super Battle Road, but you could only use them once per fight, really. So you always float them off. But like still, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
But like it's super useful in a world tournament because you're trying to just like clear them with like one AOE attack, So yeah,
I'll have to,
that's kind of the strat there.
I'll have to look up those units because I'm sure I probably have them, but I just haven't done anything with them.
Yeah, you might have bobbed them. Like I said, like they're just like SRs, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh wait, do you get them from Baba's shop?
no, you get them from summons.
Oh, okay. But you're saying I might have sold them to the Baba shop.
Yeah.
Okay, that's possible. Very possible.
All right.
I'll have to keep an eye on those. All right,
I
guys.
think we filled the hour, AJ.
We filled the hour, which leaves us about all of 4 minutes to talk about the actual. You know what? It happened again. I didn't make a poll. I gave suggestions. You guys dropped the ball, so I was like, guess what? We're talking about Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super
Dragon Ball
Broly.
Super Broly.
And me and Jurn just had such a goddamn good time talking to one another. We still didn't get
Just
to
catching
it.
up. Yeah, yeah.
Fucking God.
We're never gonna get the Dragon Ball Super Broly.
I'm
We're never gonna talk about it.
heated.
Bist du schön ein bisschen Piss, Digga?
Ah, ja, Digga. I love it when I understand some German phrases. I've really skipped out on my German lessons lately. I need to get back to that.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't know. I was gonna say I've never taken German lessons, but then I did realize I got German in high school.
Yeah, and you low-key speak it very fluently. I remember.
Yeah, but like honestly, like the main bulk of like my German knowledge is just being in Germany, being around Germans.
Yeah. I remember it was me, you, and Francis in a truck one weekend, and we stopped somewhere, and we didn't know which way to go, and a car pulled up next to us, and they said something to us, and they spoke so fast that Francis was like, oh, what did they say? And you instantly picked it up and just responded, and I was like, wait, what? Was that Dutch? And Francis was like, no, that was German. How did Jurn get that? And I didn't.
I don't even remember that, dude.
It was so funny to me. Because Franny was just like, "Oh, Jurn." I was like,
He
"Yeah,
goes like that a lot, to be fair.
that's true. I miss him." I texted,
Freddie goes, "Oh, you're a
"Oh,
lot."
Jurn, yeah, I miss that boy." I texted him
Dude,
not long ago.
dude, I gotta text him again.
Yeah, I'm gonna do.
I remember that like there were a couple of times like me and Francis team together on like random
Oh,
shows.
lucky.
It was the shit, dude. Like I remember like there was one time, was it in Leipzig, I think? And then like Francis made his entrance first, came out to I'm coming out is what he came out to,
Yeah.
which was super dope. And he's like, yeah. And then my music hit, I came out and I was like, fuck yeah, Francis, high five. And then like he zipped open his jacket and he had like my shirt on. I was like, oh shit.
Did you know?
Like, no. I was like, fuck yeah, Francis. And that it was also like one time, like this is like when Francis like was really new as well. We did some, I don't know if it was a tattoo convention or like it was just some festival kind of thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And me and Francis like had just like booked and like we had a match. And it was really fucking good.
Yeah, I bet Francis
Like
was
I
awesome.
remember that because like I remember like Bones was there as an agent, and then like we had done the match, right? And then we got back, and then like Bones just standing there, was like, "Yeah, I really got nothing for you. That was really good." And like everybody else was just like, "What the fuck? Like, why'd you do a match like that on a festival?"
Mhm.
I was like, I don't know. I guess it just clicked. That Francis was just like super thankful. I was like, "No, thank you, Francis."
I remember calling a match with him. It was a tag match, and his partner at the time was getting super frustrated at our antics because it takes us all like 5 minutes to call a match. Meanwhile, Francis is starting to loosen up and getting kind of caught up in it, and he's just like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
And we're like,
I
"Yeah,
remember
see,
that as well.
Franny gets it."
Yeah.
And then they're just like, "All right, can you please call the match?" And we're like, "Okay, here this, then you do that, here this, and then this, and then
Yeah.
there we go." And they're like, "Okay, cool, thank you. Was that so hard?" I was like, "No, that's why we get to goof off.
It's because it's easy. Yeah.
Don't complicate this."
Wrestling's easy, guys. Come on.
I think that's the note we got to leave on.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Why are other people
It's
not good at it?
right?
Why, God? Obviously,
I
we're making
always wonder.
millions.
Yeah.
I wish I would help out a lot right now.
It would. Yeah.
Let's make $1 million and split it. You want to do that?
Sure.
Cool. I got you, big dog.
Nice.
I'll call some people.
Honestly, like, God, I sometimes I do think about it, like I am super bummed out that like our tag team never really worked out.
It will.
I mean,
It'll have. I know that at some
I-
point, WXW is going to be like, "Oh man, we need this, or we could really use this right now," and they're going to be like, "Oh, if they got back together, this fits in perfect right here."
Yeah.
Because I feel like, especially now that I'm a little bit more built and our gear matches more than it ever has before, and we look more alike, it's just gonna
Yeah,
fit.
we're more. Yeah, I mean, like you basically copied my look. Hello.
No, that's
Like,
okay.
you went.
Nature forced me into this, and the black and gold was always in the
Yeah,
works.
all of a sudden, like now you have chest hair as well.
That's just a late edition of puberty, is what that is, and laziness, and realizing I could grow it because I didn't realize that, and
Oh, okay. Well, fair enough. then.
I really
No, but like I remember, like I'm gonna bring this up because I think I actually thought about this today, like while I was at work. It's just like, well, like when we did the promos and stuff, where it's just like us yelling, being pissed, like that, like got like a really good reaction, and like especially for like WXW stuff online.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I remember like that hallway promo got picked up like by a bunch of stuff. And it's just like, yeah, like who would have figured? But
Which pissed me off because the part they showed on like social media and stuff, they cut out my bit, and then like there was even people retweeting and being like, "Guys, go watch the full version because there's a lot more to this."
yeah,
And I'm like, can you not just emphasize Jurn's yelling and emphasize my very
to be
good
fair,
points?
it was some good ass yelling.
It was some
like,
good ass yelling. It was a real guttural, powerful
Yeah.
being right there.
But the thing was that as well, like I remember like we did the Canada show and then we did the CZW show like the day after.
Yep.
right? And I remember like that being a thing. Like the CZW show was really fun. Like it was way more fun than I thought it'd be.
And I had a lot of fun
And
because the two guys we wrestled were like my henchmen coming up, and I helped. Like I was the guy who pitched to make sure they would finally get on shows, and they're two very close friends of mine to this day. And
yeah, I like them. They were cool dudes.
Yeah.
But I remember it being a thing where like we won, and then like the crowd chanted like "Don't come back," and then like us coming to the back. I think it was like Monster Mac, but then like also a couple of other people that are just like, yeah, you don't really hear that. You know what I mean? They're like, that's really fucking cool.
Little did they know that the last time I was there, and probably for several years, that would get chanted at me. But at the time, it was legitimately meant. Oh, and on that depressing note.
Yeah, that's a great note to end on, dude. We just keep hitting these closers,
guys. Wrestling,
you know what I mean?
Dude, guys, wrestling's easy and nobody wants me. That's what we're ending on today.
Wrestling's easy. Nobody wants us to come back.
So, thank you everybody for tuning in today, and by everybody I mean our few lurkers and of course Kim. And of course, please go catch this on iTunes, which is Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We're pretty much everywhere now that matters, which is really cool. Our viewership has really gone up lately. I was checking the numbers earlier, so that's kind of neat. You can also watch it, I guess, on the YouTube, but you still just be listening because it's just whatever graphic I make. So,
yeah,
please. And thank you. Leave a review, hit 5 stars on whatever platform. Download just for the sake of it. And we love you guys and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Yes, love you. Bye-bye. Mwah.